Hey everybody, I'm completely homeless now. I'm just staying, wherever I can. And right now, where I'm staying, I can't stay very long at all, and I'm not supposed to be there. And um, honestly, I'm just walking around with my dog. He's an ESA registered dog, and I'm just out here walking around. It was colder yesterday, but to make a long story short, I knew I couldn't stay where I was at. They told me I had to leave, and even though they gave me until the 28th, I overheard conversation, and I don't like to talk bad about people, and I don't like drama, so I'm not going to go into details. But when somebody pretty much, two people are talking and discussing, that other people in your family should get you, they better get you out of there by that date, and then you hear lies about yourself, it's kind of difficult to cope with and deal with. And it's just rough right now. What I like to say is, just, if you're in a bad situation, this video is like really hard for me because I never thought, that I'd be homeless in this time of my life, but I've got a little bit of income coming in, so it's not a whole lot. So I am looking for apartments. On the plus side, the weather, I mean, it's really cold out here still, but it shouldn't be like that for too long. So, but I really don't know what to say in this video except, if somebody, it's sad when a family member would do this to somebody. I mean, I'm not wanting anybody to feel sorry for me, but my son passed away, not too long ago, about a year and a half ago, maybe not even that. And then, my trailer, the lot rent kept going up. The people that bought the trailer park kept raising the lot rent on all the trailers, and there was no way I could afford my power bill and my lot rent. And my cars broke down. I don't know, it's just like, well, they say when it rains, it pours. But I know things are going to get better. I know things are going to get a lot better soon. I mean, pretty soon. Hopefully, in a month, at least this. I mean, maybe I could find an apartment. I'm thinking, sorry folks, but maybe I can find an apartment, quickly. I mean, I've put in a couple applications, and I just, I'll keep everybody updated. But what I don't understand, but I guess, I'm not the only one that's been through this in life, and there's others going through it. Come on, Sammy, let's go this way. Groundhog hole. But he's looking at. But To make a long story short, what bothers me about this situation is that the things I was getting accused of doing were going on in the house upstairs. I mean, if you're going to point a finger at somebody, and say, and they didn't, this is just the scoop. I'll just tell the story without going into a whole lot of detail. This family member went and had her kids, my grandkids, older grandkids, take pictures of some of my stuff and things like that when I went to get an immunotherapy treatment that I've been getting, pretty much every 3 weeks for like the last 12 years, some sort of treatments for a condition that I used to have just to stop it from coming back. While I was gone, of course, if you're gone 3 or 4 hours, your dog's going to take a poop on a basement floor, maybe. I was staying in a basement room there. But things were going on upstairs that were the same and worse, and yet instead of, it's kind of like, well, people do stuff and then they turn around and if they think somebody else is doing that or more or less even, they point a finger and they're like, they never look at themselves. They just kind of look at other people. It's like what that comes right down to is they just didn't want me there. And then some things were said that really hurt. And I was nice and respectful the whole time I was there. I gave people money for staying there. And I just wish they'd have gave me, instead of going to my family, my kids and saying, oh, you need to get her out here, take pictures of evidence of dog poop and then send it to them and talk about, I was using a camping toilet downstairs, but I cleaned it every day. I mean, campers do it. People that live in cars do it. I mean, people do this, and they were saying they was worried about my health and all this and that. And I don't know. It just seems like. And then when somebody says, they better get her effing out of there by a certain date. I mean, would you stay somewhere like that? I don't think hardly anybody with a right mind would stay where they're not wanted. It's just, and then a whole lot of other things are said, and it hurts, but it's just kind of like, I'm just trying to think of the right words to say. I mean, don't tear people down in life. Build them up. And try to help people. Show love. And if you're trying to do an intervention on somebody's life because you think that, they're doing stuff and you want them to better their life, at least do it in love. Don't do interventions and the person that you're doing the intervention on is the last to know. I mean, I was the last to know that I had to move. I mean, my 2 daughters had to tell me because my daughter-in-law was having pictures taken of evidence and sending it to them and telling them I had to be out by a certain date. She couldn't look me in the eye and tell me herself, and that hurts. She said a lot of things too that I won't go into on here there's things that weren't true. And it's just hurtful. It really is. And I'm out of the way now, and I just feel like, nobody really has to worry about me anymore. I'm out of the way, me and the dog. I mean, I just feel like I don't want to be a problem. I don't want my dog to be a problem. And what bothers me the most about this is that everything I'm getting accused of was definitely going on by the same people that were accusing me. I could say a lot. I don't bash people. I could say a lot. There's a lot I want to say that was going on. I mean, there was a couple piles of dog poop in the basement because I was gone about almost 4 hours getting an immunotherapy treatment. I cleaned it up when I came back. I just know that this circumstance will pass. And I'm going to be okay. And I'm just not going to worry about. I got to go down this hill and it's pretty snowy and icy. I just want to say that for people out there, please don't make up lies or point the finger at somebody for stuff that you're doing yourself. Well, and make sure they're not the last person to know, or they have to hear it from somebody else. If you're going to do something like that, tell them to their face, but me, I couldn't do something like that. I mean, and I had, gave rent money a couple days before, and I don't even want it back anyway. I don't even want it back. I just can't believe somebody would take money and then tell you that. But I don't want this video to be doom and gloom, and I like to stay positive on my channel. And so after today, I'll probably never talk about this situation as far as what happened, but I will talk about, my daily events on trying to get housing and things like that. But right now, oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I hate getting emotional. I don't like to be emotional, and I don't like people seeing upset or crying. But right now, I'm not going to lie. I'm homeless, and things aren't good. And it's the uncertainty. And if it wasn't so cold outside, I wouldn't even be as worried about it. I mean, I worry about my dog in a cold because he has arthritis and he's got health issues. And I worry about myself too, but, I'm doing the best I can. And